The past few weeks have been scary with empty hotels, flights, and streets following the lockdown for the coronavirus pandemic. Places that were once plagued by over-tourism are now deserted. The spread of the Covid-19 has suddenly brought all usual life and travel to a halt. And the future doesn't look great either. According to the World Tourism Organization, international tourism could shrink by a whopping 60 to 80% in 2020 due to the Covid-19 pandemic, resulting in the revenue loss of up to $1.2 trillion and placing millions of livelihoods at risk. The pandemic has spread across every country on the planet and has so far infected 4.1 million people and killed almost 300,000 people. The US has been the worst affected country with 1.3 million confirmed coronavirus cases and nearly 80,000 deaths. The Global International Agency said the pandemic has already caused a 22% fall in international tourist arrivals during the first quarter of 2020. Arrivals in March dropped sharply by 57% following the start of a lockdown in many countries, as well as the widespread introduction of travel restrictions and the closure of airports and national borders. This translated into a loss of 67 million international arrivals and about $80 billion in receipts from tourism. Although Asia and the Pacific shows the highest impact in relative and absolute terms, with a decline of 33 million arrivals, the impact in Europe, though lower in percentage, is quite high in volume. Domestic demand is expected to recover faster than international demand, with an expectation of recovery by the final quarter of 2020, but more definitely in 2021. Based on previous crises, leisure travel is expected to recover quicker, particularly travel for visiting friends and relatives than business travel. The estimates regarding the recovery of international travel is more positive in Africa and the Middle East, with most experts foreseeing recovery still in 2020. In April, the World Travel and Tourism Council advised what the new normal of travel could look like, with the release of 4 principles created to ensure swift recovery for the sector, which the authority delivered to all G20 tourism ministers. New protocols and standards are now reportedly being mapped out in collaboration with various associations, with measures on global hygiene standards and intensive cleaning regimes in hotels, aircraft, and cruise ships. So what do you think your next holiday will look like, and where would you want to travel once the lockdown ends? Tell us in the comments below.